Do you feel nervous in social situations? Does fear hold you back from speaking up? Imagine a life where you confidently express yourself without hesitation. What if I told you that your shyness and fear could disappear in just 3 days? Yes, it's possible. In this story, we will follow the journey of Aarav, a young man who struggled with shyness but transformed his life with a simple practice. Aarav was a quiet, reserved person. He always hesitated to speak in public, avoided eye contact, and felt anxious in social situations. His biggest fear was being judged. One day, his mentor, Mr. Sharma, gave him a challenge. He said, "Aarav, I want you to do something for the next 3 days. If you follow this, your fear will vanish forever." Aarav was skeptical but curious. "What do I need to do?" he asked. Mr. Sharma smiled and said, "Start with small actions that make you slightly uncomfortable. Today, I want you to make eye contact with at least 5 people and smile. It doesn't matter if they smile back or not, just do it." Though it sounded simple, for Aarav, it felt like climbing a mountain. However, he decided to try. He stepped out of his house, his heart pounding. The first person he saw was a shopkeeper. Mustering courage, he looked into his eyes and smiled. To his surprise, the shopkeeper smiled back. Encouraged, Aarav repeated this with a security guard, a neighbor, and 2 strangers at the bus stop. With each interaction, his fear lessened a little. At the end of the day, Aarav realized something important. Nobody really cares or judges as much as I thought. My fear exists only in my mind. On the second day, Mr. Sharma increased the challenge. "Aarav, today you will go to 5 different people and ask a simple question. What time is it? Your goal is not to get an answer, but to break the fear of speaking to strangers." This was harder. Speaking to random people felt terrifying. His mind was filled with doubts. What if they ignore me? What if they think I'm weird? Despite his fear, Aarav pushed himself. He approached an elderly man at the park. "Excuse me, sir, can you tell me the time?" he asked, his voice shaking. The old man smiled and replied, "It's 3:30, son." That wasn't so bad. Aarav felt a small victory. Next, he asked a woman in a grocery store, then a man at a tea stall, and so on. By the 5th person, his nervousness had reduced significantly. At night, Aarav reflected, "The fear was always in my head. The more I faced it, the weaker it became." On the 3rd day, Mr. Sharma gave him the final challenge. "Aarav, today you will do something you never imagined. You will go to a public place and give a 30-second speech about any topic you like." Aarav's heart sank. Speaking in front of a crowd? Impossible. But Mr. Sharma reassured him, "It doesn't have to be perfect. Just stand up, say something, and leave. The goal is to step out of your comfort zone." Aarav spent the whole morning preparing. In the evening, he went to a park where people were sitting and chatting. Taking a deep breath, he stood near a bench and said loudly, "Excuse me, everyone. I just want to share something. For years, I was afraid of speaking up, but today I realized that fear only exists in our minds. Thank you for listening." His legs trembled, but he did it. Some people clapped, others smiled. No one laughed at him. For the first time in his life, Aarav felt free. 3 days ago, Aarav was a shy, fearful person, but through small, consistent actions, he rewired his brain. On day 1, he learned that people don't judge as much as he feared. On day 2, he realized that approaching strangers wasn't as scary as he thought. On day 3, he faced his biggest fear and conquered it. By stepping out of his comfort zone daily, Aarav became confident, fearless, and free from shyness. If this video useful for you, please subscribe and like this video. Thank you, friends.